Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, good morning.
Welcome back to Real Talk with SLR.
How are you guys doing today?
Well, guys, it's going to turn into a beautiful day today.
Yeah.
It's not raining right now. It's pretty nice, actually.
Yep, it's a little foggy. Mountain's still got quite a bit on there, but the sun is starting to peek through all of the clouds that we've got.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy about that.
Usually when the fog is really low, like kind of how it is right now, and then you start seeing it spread more, then you're like, oh, it's going to be a good day. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're looking forward to today. Today is going to be a very, very good day.
Yes.
We're going to finally put to use all of that zip tape that we bought.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Gary's going to get on the roof. I'm not going to get on the roof, but Gary's going to get on the roof again today.
Yep. And it's going to be a great time. I should be able to zip up all that, the roof sheathing, get everything all done up there, and move on to the walls.
Yeah, I'm going to help him with the walls. I won't leave him hanging there. But yeah, I have to go to town this morning just real quickly because my niece and nephew, they're having birthday and they're going to be coming over this weekend and, you know, all that stuff. And I got to go get some like things for appetizers and whatnot because they're coming over tomorrow. And the timing of everything, I won't have time to go tomorrow morning and just... Yeah, I'm super busy. I stayed up kind of late last night organizing everything for the video premiere on Sunday. So I do have to finish off editing tonight and then get that thing uploaded tomorrow so then you guys can hit notify me and then we can all hang out on Sunday and watch it all together. You guys will see what we do today and then you guys can see what we've been up to the last few weeks.
Yep.
Or week.
Yeah.
Yeah, not weeks. It's been like a week, right?
It's been a little longer than that.
I guess if you count this week and then last week too. Yeah, I guess it has been weeks.
It's been longer than that, yeah. Especially if you include the bracing.
True. It's been a long time coming trying to get this roof finished off and sheathed off, but
it's here.
I'm proud of us though. It's not like we've ever done anything like this before.
No.
Yeah.
And I think we kicked butt, and it was awesome. I'm so thankful to our family for getting us,
couldn't have done it without you guys.
And getting us to this point because, it still would be just starting with the sheathing probably.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you were stuck with just me.
Because, that bracing was nuts.
Yeah, but we've had a lot of help since we had the truss raising party. Yep. Once we had the trusses up there, then I tried helping Gary. You guys know, you guys watch the videos, you guys see what's going on.
It's been a great time.
But it has taken a while though because it's not a tiny house.
No.
It's not a tiny house. No. It's not a giant house either, but it's,
It's almost 36 feet wide.
Yeah.
By 19 and I think a foot, or 19 and an inch,
Yeah.
Something like that, 19 3 inches. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. But, yeah, it's a big place, and that's just one side. And then you have that on the other side, too.
You talking about the roof?
The roof.
Oh, the roof pitch and stuff like that.
The sheathing-wise of what you're thinking about, of side-wise and everything else, it's...
My brain wanted to run off and do the hustle, but then it came back.
No.
Yeah.
And then the house itself is a 33 by 33. Mm-hmm. And we did 8-foot walls on the small end. Yeah. And then you still got the gable end. So, yeah, it's been a lot.
It's been a journey. It's been a journey.
But I wouldn't trade it for the world.
No.
Honestly, it's been a blast doing it.
It's been so much fun. We've learned and we've grown so much, I think, as people and just in our skill sets and just in life in general.
Yep.
And our marriage has grown a lot stronger.
Yes.
It
has. It's been a blessing. It's been sometimes a pain in our butts, but that goes both ways with it. But that's building, especially when you're building with your significant other. It's you tend to pound your head up against the wall with each other sometimes.
Yeah, but you know what? I'd say the first year that we moved here was probably the roughest.
Yeah.
And then it's just been a lot easier ever since then. Because the first year was so much stress, man, so much stress. moving out to a brand new place across the country, and you have none of the essentials of life, and you got kids that are dependent on you, and you're literally recording your life and putting it out there for people to pick apart and scrutinize. It's a lot of pressure. And together we got through it, you know, and I'm happy that we did. I'm happy that we're on this other side of it now. Still, you know, in certain phases in some ways at certain times, right? But I would say, oh, look, there comes the sun. It's coming. It's coming.
I'm like, I'm getting blinded.
Yeah, the sun's coming out now. But I think that this has been the best journey that I am so grateful that we decided to take together.
Yes. I forget who said it, but it's if you ain't shaking in your boots on a life decision, then I guess you ain't living right.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, selling everything and moving out on this journey I've been shaking in my boots the whole time. Are we doing the right thing?
Yeah, are we doing the right thing?
Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm doing this. And the bottom of the pit stomach feeling or something. I forget exactly what the saying is, but somebody said that.
And here's another saying too. My brain just scrolled it. It's something along these lines, right? If you don't quit, you can't fail.
No.
So as long as you're trying, as long as you're making an attempt every single day, whether it's a super small step or whether it's like this huge leap, right?
No.
If you keep trying, you're not failing. You fail when you give up and you haven't achieved your goal. That's when you failed. When you said, all right, I give up, I'm done, I can't do this, and you completely give up. Then you failed because you didn't achieve what you set out to do.
No.
Now, if you never achieve it, but you're constantly in the progress of it, or you're constantly in the process of trying to learn, or maybe this didn't work out, but you're still going for it, you're not failing, you're still on the ride, you're still on the journey.
No.
So I guess it's just a different perspective and a different way to look at it. And I would not call not one bit of this a failure not even one little crumb. Everything is working out. It hasn't always worked out perfectly, but everything is working out as it's meant to be. And I'm happy. I'm very, very happy.
I'm excited.
So guys, we actually brought out the handy dandy notebook today. I did go through the comment section and there's some questions. A lot of them are the same question phrased in 1,000 different ways. The number one question, bet you guys won't guess it. The number one question that we got is when?
When are you going to show us the sheathing?
Yeah, when? So we're going to answer all of these wonderful questions for you guys today. We're going to start with Wayne Comprude, I believe is how you say it. Sorry, Wayne, if I butchered it. But his question starts with, when are you guys going to show the roof? You're milking this way too much. Do you guys think we're milking it? Or like, do you guys, like, I really want to know, do you guys think that we're milking it? Or do you guys see the vision that I have with wanting to put out a full and complete video of the roof being dried in and having it be done?
I laugh at that comment. I'm sorry, Wayne, if that hurt your feelings that I laugh at it, but it's just because you said milking it. And you're not putting out a video every day. You're holding off I'm holding the footage to put out a really good video for you guys. So
trying.
I don't see that as milking it.
No.
I see that as you are invested into the viewers themselves, and you want to put out good content for you viewers.
Yeah.
That's where Real Talk comes into play, and you know that the sheathing's up there.
Yeah,
we just haven't shown you it.
You just haven't seen it yet. And you know, the way that my line of thinking, and I've talked with you guys about it here on Real Talk, my line of thinking was this. I could put out a video of the day's progress, but then we're going to get people complaining that that's all you did.
And that's...
You know what I mean? You didn't work hard enough. And I'd rather, like, that is so demeaning, and that is such a teardown when we put our whole heart and soul and put everything out there and work as hard as we can, and it's so demeaning to hear like that's not good enough when we are doing our best. And so we're like, you know what, in order to avoid we're just gonna do this, and we found what works for us, and that's what we're doing. So Wayne, you will get to find out when, and it's going to be this Sunday, hopefully, if I can get the edit finished.
That's when.
Yeah, it's going to be this Sunday.
This Sunday.
We're going to have a premiere party. Everyone is invited. It's going to be online.
And it'll be good because it's going to show all the help that we've had during this.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to showcase everything. So I'm really excited about it.
It's going to be a very good video as showing all the roof sheathing going up and getting us completely dried in. So I hope that you guys are patient for it. I know that it's agonizing sitting on the other side of the screen, you know, like I understand when there's something that you really love watching and like there's something that you just, you know, I hate having to wait for another week for the new episode, right? It sucks, but don't patronize us, please.
Yeah. We're going as fast as we can.
Yeah,
and we're
that's
doing
not
the
helpful.
best that we can.
It's not helpful.
We ain't professionals. We've said it 1,000 times.
Yeah, we're just a couple out here living our dream, man.
We're trying
to bring you guys along to live right beside us and with it, and maybe encourage you to go after your dream for whatever that dream is.
Correct.
Like whatever it is, it doesn't have to be building a house or living. You know, I imagine that your dream is similar to us as far as like self-sufficiency and like, you know, simpler, slowing down kind of a lifestyle because you found us and you're watching our channel. So I would imagine it's somewhere along those lines. But even if it's not, even if you just randomly found us and, you know, whatever your dream is, we want to encourage you to take steps towards getting it. And it starts with just one step. And if you take one, then you can take another, and then you can take another, and then you can take another. A question that I don't have anybody's particular name, but a question that gets brought up to us all the time is that we don't work. How are we paying for everything? And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we do work. YouTube is our job. We make money off of the ad revenue on our videos as well as sponsorships. So sometimes companies will reach out to us and they'll say, hey, we want you to try this product and put it in your video, edit it out and make a commercial for us essentially if you like the product. And then, you know, we work out agreements and so then they sponsor a video. So that's kind of how that works out as well. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because there's a lot of discouragement I see sometimes in the comment section that like, we must be so rich because we don't have jobs and like, there's no way that we could pay for any of this stuff. And I want to let you know that that is totally incorrect. If we can do it, you guys can do it. How we started was by following the Dave Ramsey Financial Freedom Plan.
Correct.
And we got ourselves completely debt-free, no credit card payments, no car payments, no nothing. All we had was the mortgage left. And then we sold our house when the market was pretty high, and we bought this property when the market was low. So we just made smart, I guess, financial decisions when it comes to some of that. Not that I'm not trying to sound any kind of way, but we did. We made some good moves. And when we moved here, we had a nest egg to start us off. And then we have our job with YouTube. So we're earning as we go and we're paying for everything as we go. And that's how we're doing it. So,
and if I need to go and, you know, get a job to where I'm clocking in and clocking out and working for the man, well then so be it. I will go and do it. I ain't afraid of it, but there is no need for me to do it when my employer is my wife. And it is perfectly fine.
My employer is my wife.
I mean, that's basically what it is. And you put a lot of work into it, you know, and what you're filming is basically me doing me.
Yeah, I'm not your employer.
No, I know, but I mean, technically on paper, yeah.
I guess technically,
I mean, so I'm just saying, like, technically that's how it would be. Or co-owners or whatever,
Whatever.
But you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. We are together self-employed. Yes,
and it's also somebody harped on me for one of my comments of saying, I don't want to go get a tractor right now because I can't afford it. We could afford it. We can go and get one right now.
We don't want to have...
I don't want to have that kind of a payment right now. And I mean, it's, you know, I'd rather get this car paid off, you know, and as soon as the car can get paid off,
yeah, because the car is something that we did finance.
We finance that. And I do not want to have multiple things financed to where it's... I'd rather go with one at a time, and honestly, that goes against Dave Ramsey's
we're not
things.
supposed to.
If you don't have the cash for it, you're not supposed to buy it. You know, so that's where it's like, well, you know,
we already kind of broke the rule a little bit there.
Kind of broke the rule on that aspect.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that we're sticking to it pretty good.
Yeah, no, we're doing it. We are on a great path with doing this. And the only reason, guys, why I wanted to bring it up is because I want to encourage you guys. I want to tell you that you can do it. I don't want you to be discouraged. I don't want you guys to have that hopelessness. I want you guys to feel empowered and feel like you can do it, and that the world is a beautiful place still. I know that there's a lot of ugliness and that there's a lot of discouragement and there's a lot of negativity out there in the world, man. We're human, and yes, we're out here in the woods, but we still see it.
Yes.
And I want to, if one person starts lights the fire and says, okay, here's the torch, let's pass it on, and then pass it on, and everybody's holding the candle, well, then there's a big bonfire, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I wanna continue, and the torch was passed to us. It's not like we were the people that started the ignition. We got our fire lit. Yeah. And I just want to continue to light others' fire.
Yep.
So
it's
yeah. That's what I want. That's what I want.
It's a true thing.
So I'm going to get to some more questions before we keep going on rants. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so Scranton Strong and Carol Woodward had asked, what are the clip-on mics that you're using? So the microphones that we use for all of our videos, we're using the wireless, the Rode Wireless Go 2 mics.
Yes.
And so the reason they have the ones and stuff or whatever, but the reason why we use the twos is because he can have a mic, I can have a mic. They have the same wireless, the Rode wireless microphones, but it's usually one receiver and then one microphone, which is great for if you're one person, and it's a little bit less expensive. But if you're a couple, or if you plan to do interviews, or if you plan to do any kind of that kind of stuff, definitely get the wireless Go 2. Yeah. And I was turned on by these by Ridge Life.
Yeah.
Tim over at Ridge Life is actually the one that said to me when I was looking for microphones and trying all the different ones that I could find on Amazon. He said, quit wasting your time and your money and just bite the bullet. They are a little expensive, but at the end of the day, you'll be happy with them and they're going to work and last for you. And he was not wrong. So thank you, Tim, over at Ridge Life, for the suggestion.
It's been what now?
At least a year.
Almost a year now?
Yeah, or close to a year.
Or close to a year?
Yeah, close to a year.
We would have already bought in maybe 10 of the other mics.
Of those cheap ones?
Of those cheap $30 mics.
Because we're really hard on our equipment too.
Think about it. 10 times 30, that's $300.
Yeah.
How much are these?
About $300.
About $300?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got our money's worth.
Yeah, we definitely got our money's worth.
And we don't have issues with it. And you guys know it as viewers because our quality of audio has changed.
So much so to where you guys hear Gary's every breath.
Every breath. Why is he breathing so hard?
It's just the microphone.
It's right next to my throat and you can hear every movement I'm doing.
Yeah. So there's that suggestion for you guys. Yes. We also get questions all the time too about the cameras that we use and the software that I edit with. So I edit with Adobe Premiere Pro. You can get their program off of the Creative Cloud, Adobe Studios. It works for Windows. It also works for Mac. I use Windows, but I love Adobe Premiere Pro. It works really well for me. And it's kind of the industry standard. And there's a lot of tutorials online on how to use it and stuff like that. So if you guys are looking, that's the program that I like to use. Also, the cameras that we use the GoPro 10s. They're great cameras. I do have to say, though, the battery life sucks. Yeah. The battery life is awful. I have to have like 9 batteries. For like 1 day's worth of filming, no joke, and you're constantly rotating them, so the batteries are terrible on the GoPros.
I want to see what the white ones would do in the 10.
I mean, Tim says that they're a little bit better, but it's not like it's
a great improvement.
You might get an extra 10 minutes. You know, I don't know if it's worth the expense when I already have all of the batteries. No. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And then the DSLR, I use a Canon 90D, and I do need to upgrade my lenses on that. My lenses are from back when I had the 70D. Yeah. And I use a DJI Mini 2 drone. Yeah. So, and I like all of the stuff that I'm using right now. I still have a long way to go, and I still have a lot more to learn. But those are the things that we use. Those are questions that I get all the time.
The GoPro's nice because of the stabilization.
Yes, the GoPro is perfect for and I abuse our stuff, man. Like, our equipment takes a beating.
I've dropped it off the top of the building a couple of times.
And they work still. So.
Thankfully, she's got screen protectors on everything, so.
Yeah, and like cages, like rumble cage type things.
So it didn't get too damaged, I don't think.
I mean, I'm not seeing a problem with it yet.
I know our 8s. Man, those things, I'm about to just throw them away because they're
They're not good for nothing.
No, we've dropped them so many times, and those things have been used and abused in so many different ways. And then, baits are almost pretty much just paperweights at this point.
Yeah. But, whether you want to get equipment and start your own channel, or whether you just want to record your own stuff for your own personal stuff and have no intentions on sharing it with the world, I still think that my favorite camera, despite the battery depletion, is still the GoPros for the ease of use. Now, for artistic stuff, though, my DSLR is my favorite.
Definitely the big one. But I do have to say that the GoPro battery probably would last a little longer if you didn't have the mic hooked up to it, and the light hooked up to it, and this other stuff hooked up to it.
If you were just using it by itself.
It makes it nice that you can hook up all that to the GoPro.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, all additional attachments, of course.
Yes.
Okay, so now changing gears, that was kind of just more channel questions and more like gear and other questions. But those are questions, honestly, that we get asked so many times. And I do respond back in the comment section, but it, again, takes a tremendous amount of time. So I figured this would just be a great way to share with you guys. Now, Grand Dude. What's up, Grand Dude?
Grand Dude.
Yeah, Grand Dude. It's a pretty cool name. So Grand Dude asked us 2 questions. And he was talking about when we went on our walk yesterday. It was on yesterday's Real Talk.
Okay.
And he said, that's a really nice pond. How about getting some ducks?
Ducks. I have a love-hate relationship with ducks.
I love ducks.
I'm not going to lie. And the only reason why is because we had ducks, and they are a disgusting mess.
They're poopers.
Oh my goodness.
Boy, are they poopers.
Dude, we had a little swimming pool, and if you didn't clean that thing every day. Every day. So that's a lot of water waste itself. But down over by the pond, I have talked to you about that. And I said, I wouldn't mind having like a little duck house type thing where they can, go into the pond and go out, But
so I'm warming him up to the idea. I would like to have ducks.
That would be the only spot I would want the ducks to be is over there.
I agree with you.
Because I'm telling you, like the amount of water waste itself with just having that pond in the desert where we were, I was like, man.
It was, we had them in the desert before. So out here, I would love to get ducks. I know my kids would love to get ducks, but we need to make like a little duck shack and put it over by the pond so that way they have a place to go and, escape and make their nest and sleep and hide from predator or whatever. I just would feel bad. Because we're not gonna. If we had ducks, we wouldn't cage it in. We would literally just make a duck house,
make a little duck house,
and let it free over there by the pond, and then just hope it stays and hope it knows where to go and check on it and stuff. I don't know what else to do. I don't really know how else
we would grow it down, grow it up down in the pen and everything like that, and then bring it up there once it's an adult and be like, all right, here you go.
Well, and what we might do too is like at first maybe set off like a smaller penned area right next to the pond and like put some smaller stuff so they can get into the water, but they can fly, you know what I mean? So unless you have a tarp over the top or a netting over the top, it can get out anyway. So, you can't do... I don't know. We'd have to think about that one a little bit further. But I would love to have ducks. I know the kids would love to have ducks.
Yeah.
Definitely don't want ducks over here on the animal tier, though. I know that's for sure a hard no.
No.
Just because
like I said, I wouldn't mind growing them up down there. You know, until they're at that age where it's like, you need to get out of here. You're making a mess.
And then Grand Dude had an actual a question/suggestion. Okay, I'd go ahead and answer it for him. He says, don't cut out the windows until you get the windows to put into the holes. Why get all dried in just to let the rain get back on the inside? So go ahead and address that one.
So basically what I'm thinking of doing is making it to where I can put plastic over it and everything and make it completely dried in, but when there's just sun out, open it up and let airflow go through.
Yeah, and it's really dark in there right now too, like without any light whatsoever. It is pitch black in there. The only light that can come in there is through that front door hole.
Yeah.
So
but I want to set it up to where no matter what, if it's raining, it's not gonna get inside of there.
Right.
Either.
So there is a method to the madness. We'll probably use some plastic and stuff, and but we do need to. It is dried in. It is dried in right now, guys. We literally have this much left to do. We got to do zip taping today.
Yep.
and we're going to be busy. We bought all those materials, and today is the day.
Today's going to be a good day.
And then that actually brought up something too, because talking about cutting out all those holes. So you guys are so smart and see the obvious sometimes that's right in front of our face that we just didn't see. So when we were building the rabbit hutches, we were like, oh, we didn't finish it because we wanted to wait putting up all the every piece of zip board up on the roof, and then see what kind of scraps was left over. And then if we needed to buy more, then we'll get more. And if not, then, hopefully there's not. And you guys brought up such a good point. You guys were like, hey, you guys do realize you're going to be cutting out the windows, right? So there's some more scrap pieces for you. You could add that into your calculations. Me and Gary were looking at each other like, why didn't we think of that? We didn't even think of that.
It was pretty comical, I'm not going to lie. I was like, yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. Where were we?
Yeah. I don't know, just, you know.
But that's also why I want to cut them out.
Yeah.
And so I can still it for the rabbit hutches and everything else, so.
And then there was one last question that we're going to get to because I don't want to go too long. I do have to go to the store, and the sun is starting to peek out, so Gary's going to want to get up there and get to rolling that tape. But this last question was from Texas Takeover, and he says, are the rabbits for food or pets?
Food itself.
And I will say and pets too,
yes.
though. So the breeders, the male and the 2 females, those are going to be our pets.
Per se.
Those are the ones that are going to get a name.
Until they get older and they can't do their job anymore, and then they're food. But that's the whole way that farm animals go.
Yeah, and I know that a lot of people don't necessarily like it because rabbits have been pretty domesticated as of late, right? But it's really not uncommon for rabbits to be a big part of your diet, especially with folks like my parents' age and whatnot. It's actually more uncommon for people my age to have had rabbit in their normal diet.
Correct.
But my parents and stuff, it was not
my
even.
Parents, your parents,
forever and ever. It wasn't until my generation where people started looking at it like it's a rabbit, oh, poor little fluff.
You don't want to make it your main meat source, which is why we have chickens. But it's the same thing. You don't want to make chickens be your main meat source either.
You got to have a variety.
Same thing with beef. You don't want to have beef just be your main meat source. But if you have a good variety and you do it right, you can make it to where you can have everything right there for every year.
Yeah.
And
I know that it's not easy, right? It's not easy to grow and raise your own meat. It's not easy, whether it's a chicken or a rabbit or a pig or a cow or whatever. It's not easy, and it's not supposed to be easy. You're supposed to have respect for that.
You have to have respect for them.
Yeah, and
it
helps.
Have respect for all of them, and that's it's a good thing for it too as well. I know where my meat came from.
Yeah.
I know that the meat came from a place where they cared for the animal, before it came to my plate.
Yeah, I mean, if think about it, I mean,
if you don't know where your meat comes from, then it's really hard to know, where your meat came from. It's like, what happened from this point to this point? What happened?
Yeah, what happened from then to there?
And I'm one to rather know 100%.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And it's a sad thing about life aspects like that, but that's where you have to give them the life respect. And you give them a respectful, happy can't be malice
life. And then when it is their time, you do it with dignity and quickly and respectfully, and you acknowledge. And that's also part of the generation before us. That also, my generation of people in my age group, right? They're mad because their parents used to tell them things like, eat all the food on your plate.
Yep.
Right? Finish your plate. Well, the finish your plate comes because my parents' generation, there was a scarcity of food.
Yep.
And not only was there a scarcity of food, but the food that they did have, they had to grow, and they put all that work into it, and they raised it from this big, and then they had to do the dirty deed of putting it on the plate, right? And so to have it be disrespected by you not eating it fully, that's a big no-no. Like, that's a big no-no. And so I understand that. And I guess, yeah, it's just, there's just a difference, right? There's just a difference. So with the rabbits, they will be both food, and then also the breeders will be kind of pets. And I don't think we're going to be, you know, showing you guys every bit of that. There might be some of it, but we will always let you guys know through the title, through the thumbnail, and then in the beginning of the video, there would be a warning, so that way you don't watch something that you don't want to watch if it's ever a harvesting video or something. I don't know if we're going to do that, but we might. I mean, it's a part of our journey, and it might teach somebody something, or maybe you guys can learn from our mistakes, or who knows. I haven't decided on if I want to show any of that or not. I know that there's going to be a great divide about that. There's going to be a big camp of no, don't show it, and then a very big camp of yes, we want to see it. So I'll make that decision when that time comes, and if I decide to do it, then again, there will be the warning, there will be the title and the thumbnail. You guys will know what it is, and you guys will be fully aware before you go clicking on it. So you can choose not to if you don't want to. So, but with that, guys, the sun is peeking out. We could sit here and ramble on and on for days. You know, we love you guys, and we would love to sit and just hang out and talk with y'all, but we do have to go.
Yep.
I got to get to town. Gary's got to get on that roof, and then I got to get my butt back here as soon as possible so I can start wrapping the tape around the building. Yep. So we got a lot to do today. We're going to be wrapping up the recording for the video that you guys are going to see on Sunday for the premiere party.
Yep.
So I want to wish you guys well. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today and watching today's video. Sending you all the love and all the happy thoughts and good and well wishes your way. Yep. So until the next one, friends, we love you all. We hope you have a good one.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later.